Welcome back to From Nine to Mom.
where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
In today's episode, we've been seeing on social media trends, but I think just us being out of the baby phase, we've been really looking back on a lot of the things that we've done and more talking with our parents. We're like, wow, some of these things that we did like really just sent our parents. Like they were like, what are you doing? How is that something that is the newest trend or understanding the right like rules and regulations?
Yes,
Am I wrong?
I think like the very first thing that everybody who's had a kid in the last 10 years can say with their parents is we've all heard it. We're supposed to sleep the babies on the back. And when we were all younger, it was on your stomach. And the amount of times
Yes.
that I've heard that, not just from my parents, but any parents, oh, back in our day, you slept on your stomach. I can't believe they have them on their back. And if you've had the snooze,
And there's nothing in the crib and there's nothing in the crib, right? Like
nothing.
nothing's allowed. I think that's the funniest pictures that I see of like the people of like, this is our trend and it's so simple. They've got like the Newton mattress, like breathable sheets, everything. And then it's like the other crib where it has like the bumpers that go around the outside of it, like
Bumpers.
blankets, like all of the stuff in it with the baby, meanwhile, and all the
Yeah.
stuffies around it. It's so funny to see how it was like that. But like that's what the traditional way was, right? Like it just changed. Thank
That's
goodness,
the
right?
gateway though, right? Like, I feel like that was the gateway for all of us because that's the first thing you do is put your kid in either a bassinet or a crib as a parent. So that's the first conversation you always have with your parent. They sleep, you put them on their back.
Right.
And
Right.
I had this snoo
You're
and
like, yeah.
I'll never forget it through my mom for a complete loop because the snoo is ridiculous. I'm not going to deny it. But as a working mom, if I can get an additional 2 hours of sleep at that newborn phase, if you're not aware, I don't care what kind of mom you are. If you're a mom or a dad, you want that as much sleep as humanly possible.
You're
And I
gonna do
remember,
or pay whatever to get it.
and I remember Colton's cheeks were so fat, just like shaking in the snoo, and my
Gigan
mom being like, "This is the absolute most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Is their brain okay?" First of all, like I don't get it. I'm like, a doctor designed it. Like they would not put it out. I don't think that's safe. And then the fact that you spent money on that, I just don't understand. Like you
It's
guys are so
so
different. We would
funny
have
to see
never
it.
done that.
So there and we'll get into things that they probably like that have come out, but my mom, when Jack was born and we were so worried about Jack breathing and all that, like, she was so pro, like, the Owlette socks and, like, we had the
Aw,
name in it and, like, so she was like, "I get it. I get why you would wanna do this," but then, like, other people were like, "That's absolutely insane. Why are you putting technology on your child to monitor
yeah.
oxygen?" Like, we didn't even if that baby wasn't making a noise, nobody checked on it.
Yeah, like, let the baby sleep. Never wake. That was another one.
Never
Never
wake a
wake a
sleeping
sleeping
baby.
baby is the generational, like, key phrase for people like the baby boomer generation, where
Right.
we were sleep times, like, time blocks. So, like,
Yeah.
never let them sleep more than X amount of time if they're this old. It was a lot. It's a lot more regulated now. We're back in I kinda like the old way, never wake a sleeping baby. It's much more convenient, but it isn't a recommended method
All
any
the
longer.
time. Well, while we're on the topic of sleep, I think one of the biggest things that we had, like, arguments about was when we switched out of a swaddle to a sleep sack. That has been, like,
Oh,
the one thing that, like, grandparents can't understand. They're like, "A sleep sack? Like, just give them a blanket. What do you mean? Why is there a sleep sack?" Like, what and I'm like, "No, it's supposed to like, they're less likely to climb with it. It's also make sure that they're covered in a blanket all night. The other blankets get all tangled up and get wrapped around everywhere. They can throw them out of the crib. You can't throw the
yep.
sleep sack out of the crib. So that's one that we had many arguments with or like didn't understand that was a thing.
That did not become an issue in my household. I think my mom,
Yeah.
like, loved that it was like
In there.
that,
Yeah.
but it's funny because everybody's parents probably had things that they were big sticklers on with their
Yeah.
kids. We don't think about that. Like, there were probably things that were super important to them for a specific reason, and then there's things that are super important to each of us for a specific reason, and people's experiences differ. I feel like it would be really cool to have, like, a poll to see what was the number one most important thing to you as a parent
Yeah.
that nobody could break that rule. Like, that is a rule that you don't break or you're out.
you're done, right? I think too, like on the topic of sleep is like the white noise machines.
Yeah, but we all love white noise machines. They've changed my life.
How do you not do it? Like we had one every which way for Kelvin. But my mom was like, "Oh yeah, like it used to be like the sound monitor would like double as your sound like as that if I had it for all of you." She's like, "I don't even remember really having that."
Yeah, I don't know that they did. I feel like they had those for some reason. I have this visual of the things that like had lights that spun and
Yeah.
they
I'm
projected
having
the
that. Okay. I
images.
know exactly what you're talking about. Mhm.
Like, I hopefully this is not a
Noise
glitch in
some
the
noise,
matrix, right? It made like it sang a song
right?
and it like spun
Yes. Yeah.
around, like that was their version. The
Right.
I feel like it's very difficult to argue with the sound machine these days though, because even adults, like I listen to brown noise every night to
Everyone
sleep.
does.
So
Yeah.
I don't see that.
It's a huge piece of it now, but I think, one of the other, topics with it too is, like, there's just so many contraptions for things now, and, like, so much technology has been rolled into everything, so, like, sometimes some of it comes up and they're like, Why?" Like, the things coming to my mind, always an like, topic for discussion is the wipe warmers.
Yes. How did you feel about wipe warmers? I didn't use them.
So I didn't register for one. Somebody did purchase me one and I had no gift receipt. So I saved it. And then by the end, we kind of just used it as like a dispenser because nothing made Ryan more mad than a Pampers wipe getting stuck in the thing. And this, for some reason, they wouldn't get stuck. So we kind of just used it as that. I turned it off because I'm like, I'm not letting them get addicted to warm ass wipes.
I kind of want a warm butt wipe. Like that sounds really nice. But with your kid, I would be nervous that it would cause an attachment to the warm butt wipes and they scream anytime you're in public. But I know people who absolutely loved them.
Right? But then it's like, my favorite baby hack for formula babies, the Baby Brisa Keurig for baby formula. That's an amazing invention.
Well, let's
Congratulations to the people that have that,
design that and who have to get
are
it.
living off that money. It's amazing.
I felt really good that that's you. You talk about this a lot, and I feel good that I
Very
was
passionate about
part
it.
of the reason that you have that machine. That was
You
like the
were.
gift that we got from you from work, I think. And
Yes.
I love how passionate you are about it, but I feel like it makes total sense. You're making formula
Yeah.
every 3 hours or prepping form. It's insane. And why wouldn't we like Keurigs for our coffee? Why wouldn't you like a Keurig for your baby? And you wanna know
It
what I love
puts it
about it?
instant.
Instant, and it's the right temperature. You know it's safe, it's the right amount because that is something that me and my family would argue about is the
Yeah.
temperature of the water. Back in the day, it didn't as long as it was warm and you didn't have to boil it. I was a psycho. This is something I was so psycho about because food safety to me is I don't know,
Yes.
I
Of
skeeve, I don't
utmost
know.
paramount.
I
Yeah.
just it's not the health of the food or the ingredients, it's food safety, like, if it is expired, don't eat it. If it is not safe,
If it's
just don't put it in your
questionable, you're
mouth.
tossing it. Yeah. Okay.
So, I remember, like, having this conversation with multiple people and them being like, "Well, I just did this with so and so's baby, like, I just shake it up, I shake it up with warm water, it's totally fine." I'm like, Not for me. Not for me, not for me." So the baby Breza, however you wanna say it, takes that
Yeah.
whole guessing game away, so big
Yeah,
fan.
it's mixing it, coming right out, you're good to go. I think also something that the game's picked up a lot more than when even I had little ones is the portable warmers to, like, bring things to her. So Michelle just stayed over at our house last night. She had this contraption that literally he has the temperature read on the outside of it to get the water to the exact temperature. Takes only 2 minutes because she's not carrying her baby Breeza everywhere, and we don't have one anymore. So, um, I'm like, "Where?" I didn't even think about
That
something like that. Did you
I
really?
lived off that. Well, 'cause, with Daisy, especially, I was doing breast milk, and it was cold, so I had to
So
warm
you
it
could
up
put it
to the
right in
right
there and do it.
temperature, and I'd put it in there, and I had 2 of them. I can't remember which one was my favorite, and then at the very
Maybe
end, I
I
found out about
missed
the
that.
travel one. You missed out on it because it was so
Hmm.
easy.
Well, so I had, like, the Advent bottle warmer where you, like, have the bottle and you could put it in there. We had that for Calvin. We never used it for Jack. It just didn't. I don't know. We saved more bottles with Calvin because he spit up so much more. He was, like, done with the bottle, and then we'd save it and then put it in, do that. With Jack, it was more like just we didn't know what we were doing, so we're throwing things out, and we
Whatever.
shouldn't have. But, yeah, like, all those contraptions now are amazing. My mom actually has her when we go over there, she has a water warmer that sits that it's just like a warm water dispenser. from Baby Briza.
Okay. They have those. This is something the other generations had, and I think they're coming back into houses now. Did your grandparents ever have that little thing on their actual sink? It dispensed hot water from boiling water for tea.
Again, I know what you're talking about. It was like a little lever.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
My
let's bring
grandparents, I
that
don't know
back.
where that yeah, like, where is that? Why can't we get instant hot water anymore?
I
Concerning
don't
me.
know because now we're using like Berkey filters and all this stuff, and we have to filter
Oh my god,
everything and
yeah,
then
there's
heat it up. It's
17
just too
things.
many.
Most people don't even drink tap
That's
water.
what we're gonna be. I can't wait to see the things that we're arguing with our kids about, like that we think are
My
absolutely
gosh, I know.
ridiculous.
Alright, so this is one, and I know you're on another side of it, but it's so much more now, and I feel like everyone's gonna relate to this. No kissing the babies.
Yes, that is something that in my family,
All the moms are like, "What? Why? Why can't we kiss the baby? It doesn't make
every
sense."
parent, my mother, we would say things and we'd be like, "Don't kiss the baby. Don't whatever." And we'd look over and she'd be kissed and she would, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You literally just lick the baby." Like I've seen my mom lick the baby. Like, don't lie to me. So I do think that like especially when Colton was getting sicker because you guys grew up, you had your first baby in COVID. So anything COVID and
It was like,
after,
"Don't even touch my kid." Yeah, you
don't look
weren't
at my
allowed to
you know what?
touch
Don't look
Jack.
at my kid. Don't
Yes,
breathe in
like,
their
"Don't even
direction.
come in my house." Yeah, yeah.
But for us, it was like, we can kiss babies. We're with them all the time. It's the same germs. And my family, I just knew I wasn't crazy about it because that was pre COVID, but I knew my family would never respect that rule. So if I did not come to terms with the fact that that was going to be a broken rule, then there was going to be a lot of arguments in my household.
Yeah, like, and you guys are a lot closer than most families, so, like, it's also
The
that, but
Italian kissing,
it was a
oh,
huge rule that we had for Jack, just given the timing, and then it was like you gave up on it, but I know there's so many reasons not to kiss babies on their
yes,
mouths or things that are putting in their mouths, but to each their own, on that, but I know it's a big, big topic, but some other, like, major ones that we have to talk about is, and this is something I forgot about, but, like, baby-led weaning. My parents are
yeah,
like, "What?
like
You just feed the kids. What are you talking about?" Like,
just go. My mom was giving Daisy cereal before we even like just give her cereal at 2 weeks old.
that's like their job as grandparents is to give them things they're not supposed to have. But like now it's like I feel like so much more precedent that kids have allergies and like we slowly introduce and like they were
Like,
not doing that.
yeah, like it's trial by fire in the baby boomer era. Just give him all the food.
Right? Like,
But I'll never get my mom be like, Danielle, she doesn't sleep. Why just give her put cereal in her milk? I was like, I can't put cereal in her milk. She can't like she'll choke on it. It's
yeah.
too thick.
No.
But apparently I was drinking it at 2 weeks old. So good times.
But it's fine. Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then another one, gentle parenting.
This is the biggest one for sure. And I actually want to talk about it a little more because we were not gentle parented. I wasn't a bad kid, but like gentle parenting wasn't a thing at all
No. Yeah.
for us,
That
not for you, right? Like
wasn't a technique of
you're going to
parenting.
get like you're bad, you're going to get spanked, you're going to get punished, whatever. And I see my family trying to adjust to this around us, but I know they think we're absolutely insane. Like no means no. Listen and like submit, but that's not what we're being taught. A and B, I'm sorry to tell everyone out there, but back in the day, you could drop your kid off at St. Joseph's Villa as a joke. You could spank them and send them to school. Now, if there's even a bruise because they banged into the side of the table when they were acting a fool, CPS could call you because all the kid needs to
You
say is, "Oh, here it's popped, not spanked. Mommy popped me," or whatever. So, like, I'm not getting my kids taken away. There's no hitting happening.
it's so
It's so bad.
it is. So that's why you almost have to gentle parent because of different repercussions now. But I think that goes naturally into like all the technology again. Like the kids are gonna have access to so much more communication,
Yes.
but we also do as moms. So like that's why there's naturally more stuff. Like our parents didn't grow up with like the what to expect boards of like everyone in the same week pregnant as you. You could ask everyone in the thread of what there was, or like mom group text. They didn't have
There
that. It
was
was like if I saw
nothing.
them, in passing, I could ask, but like I don't think women used to talk about the trenches back then when
Well,
they
and
would
I
meet
do
up.
think that that's actually one of the things that I feel the saddest about that generation 4
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
we are overstimulated. There's too much information. You could never be a good mom because whatever you do, someone is judging you. But that hasn't changed in terms of like, there's always people judging. But back in the day, I feel like things like postpartum depression, never talk about it because then you're a weak mom. Sleepless nights, like no one wanted to tell anyone
Yeah.
that they were
Yeah.
struggling with anything or say their kid was struggling with anything because then they were embarrassed or because they didn't realize that it happened all the time. And
Right.
I even think back to like both of us, this isn't parenting, but miscarriages, how many people we know now
Yeah.
who have had miscarriages. And then you go talk
Yeah.
to your friend's parents. My mom didn't have one, but a lot of my friends' moms did. We never knew. We never knew
No.
because they
No.
never talked about it. They suffered in
Right.
silence, which is really sad.
Right. Well, and then they became like the do everything, like, and just shut up
Hmm.
about it. Like, don't complain or that. Like, how many times it's like, well, I didn't get to do this or I didn't get to do that. And like, we're very fortunate that we have more resources and abilities to do things or talk to people about things. I mean, therapy for
There, yeah. Therapy to them is like,
just
what? Like you guys would do that?
wine is wine.
Wine is still therapy. I still am on that trend,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
I do know you just said it and I didn't even have it on my list, but like I didn't get to do that. Like what are the things that somebody has said like I didn't get to do that? I'm thinking girls nights, trips
It
away
was on
with
the
your
list.
husband.
Girls trips and weekends. It's like, well, I used to have to say no to stuff, and it's like, well, that sucks, but, like, I'm fortunate I don't, and, like, our generation, like, we talked about this before, like, dads are way more involved.
Yes, and they understand it, I think, differently because of technology, like you said, and all the things that are going around. I think that our parents got married younger, they had kids younger. They didn't sometimes I'm like, "Wow, it would have been cool to not know what life was like before because I want all these bougie
Right?
things and now I can't have all the bougie things." But
Mhm.
so that is a little tough, but at the same time, just because you didn't have it or just because you didn't get to do
Right.
it doesn't mean that the rest of us shouldn't get to do it. And I think my mom does a good job about that at the end. She like wants me to have some of the things that I think she feels like she didn't have. And I do appreciate that from her, but I know it's also hard to watch sometimes because the things we're complaining about, like I'll use my top complaint of the year. I don't have my extensions anymore and I'm bald and I hate it and blah, blah, blah. Like our parents didn't go get their hair even done at
Yes.
all. They did box
Right.
dye and cut it in the kitchen because they couldn't afford it.
Mhm.
So I get that our problems are a lot different than
It's 100% that, and it is also, like, as we talk about, like, mom self-care, like, it wasn't a thing, but, like, now think about it, like, wouldn't our moms and mother-in-laws would have loved to be able to do DoorDash, grocery delivery, like, all that stuff, like, no, their ass was in the grocery store 1 to 2 times a week.
yeah, and they had to plan it out perfectly when they had coverage or go with 2 kids, which was or 3 kids, which was insane.
Yeah,
And
you
I think
just
that my
weren't going out to eat as much or whatever it is, it's, like, all different, but then, like, now, like you're saying, it's all everything's online for us to see everybody being moms and what they have, and it's, like, water bottle trends, you gotta have the right mom water bottle, you gotta go on your hot mom walks, like, you gotta do all these different things. But I will say the one thing that, and I feel like this could be a whole nother conversation is like dieting as moms, like our body image as moms. Like it would must have been really bad back then. Like at least now, like everyone's pretty inclusive and like you can find stuff in your size. You can not
my
lose weight or whatever. But like they were under such pressure to be on every single which way diet that came across the TV.
feel awful for them and I feel sad for us as kids and it's not their fault. I feel sad that we grew up idolizing thinness and not healthiness. I remember my mom went through a phase after she had David and she won't mind me saying this, but there was a trend like of a diet and all she ate was chicken and cantaloupe and she was so thin. I have a specific picture of her that she was in this dress and she was such a like my mom's beautiful all the time, but she was such a beautiful mom. Like she had a great body, like always. Losing when you're only 110 pounds soaking wet, losing 20 pounds at 36 years old is not healthy for anyone. And she wasn't doing it healthy and she still didn't feel good about herself. And it was because she was lacking the mom self care that we're
Right.
talking about and the
Yep.
support because that's all they talked about. It was the time of Jenny Craig
everything.
Atkins diet, the pill, it was.
The stuff was coming out for buying the packs, the bars, call and order them now, get 3 free, like,
And I'll
just
have to
in your
link.
face constantly.
And it did projected onto us whether they meant to or not, because we idolized our parents,
Yeah.
and it was in the things they said, like, maybe don't eat that, because they didn't want us to feel the way they felt, but because they didn't know how to navigate that. And
Mhm.
I'll link the book that my friend got, Daisy. You've definitely probably heard it's called "I Love My Body." It's a song, and it's like about loving your body from your head to your toes, like all this. It's so cute. Daisy is obsessed with it. We sing it all the time. But it's like we're so lucky that we can teach our kids that skinny doesn't equal healthy.
And we're prioritizing that to make sure they understand,
But, like, what
you
a
know.
nightmare, like you said, exactly. Like, that had to be an absolute nightmare.
And also, like, we'd be remiss to talk about self-care, as well. That generation doesn't go to the doctor.
My mom
And
refuses to go to the doctor.
our generation is like, "I have a cold," like, get on the med, like, web med, like, with the doctor, do the telemed immediately.
Yes, like, let's just say, because I think we're like a fix it before it's too broken generation, and maybe that's too
Yeah, like,
much.
let's
Maybe we're too
yeah,
neurotic, I don't know.
right? I
Our
don't
kids are
know,
gonna be
like,
like, "You
it's
guys are
just
nuts."
it is, but I think, I'm trying to read if I had any other notes of, like, things that we are trying to do that, like, they would think is absolutely insane.
These are things that my mom or somebody else, like, the fact that we share they look at us as sharing every detail of our lives online, like, it's unnecessary, like, why do you do that?
Mhm, mhm.
And the other thing that I was looking at, and I was just laughing hysterically, is gluten-free by choice, because I'm gluten-free, and it was medically necessary, but also a choice I made to try and figure out what's wrong with me, and my mom thought I was nuts, but now they all love it because they saw it work.
Yes.
But they
Yep.
never had that, like, gluten-free? Are you guys all crazy? Like, why?
Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, like, the diets and then that, it made me think of, like, did your mom ever get into, like, Mary Kay or, like, the door to door, like, buying the stuff
The
from the door?
original MLMs? No, she was not a sucker for it. Did yours?
I think she was never, like, a salesperson, I don't think, but I remember, like, getting the catalogs to our house, and she definitely bought stuff from it.
Avon was one of them too, right?
Avon, that's what I was trying to think of.
They
Yes, yes,
definitely
yes.
My mom definitely bought Avon, because we got
Yeah.
that little, like, catalog, you circled
Yes.
what you wanted and you
And
got
mail
it.
it in, yeah. Can you
Well, these
imagine,
poor
like,
women.
this day and age, though, like, you order it via mail, and it's like, by that point, it was taking months for them to get their stuff, and we get mad when there's not next day delivery.
Yeah, like, their Amazon was QVC, think about this, and they had to wait for,
What
like,
a
the
nightmare.
category, like, that's how they lived, like, think about late night TV, something that we have that they don't. Our kids aren't sleeping, we have Netflix, we have Prime, we have all these.
We
They
don't have
had
to, like, worry about missing out their
nothing,
shows. Yeah.
nothing, they had
They
nothing.
had days of our lives in the middle of the day, and if
But
you
that's
were a
why I
working
think,
mom back then, you didn't get to watch it.
what was it? Days of Our Lives, and what's the one with Sunny and everyone dies and comes back to life, or is that just all of that? General Hospital.
General Hospital.
Like, I've seen, like, multiple people die and come back to life. I'm like, "I thought that person was
Yeah, right?
gone."
Like,
Like, my mom
no.
and her mom would watch it together back in the day, and I'd be like, "What is happening?" And then my roommate in college was obsessed with it too, and I thought it was the weirdest thing, but honestly, now I kinda get it with binge watching shows that make no sense. I just would
Yeah,
never
we
be
just
able to
keep
do it.
doing it. Something else that I had in my notes, and I don't know, like, I don't think I remember this, and it might have been different in your household, but, like, the Costco and that, I remember Sam's Clubs being around.
Sam's Club.
So, like, buying in bulk, I don't think was, like, as I don't know. I don't remember, like, my mom going in and, like, having major stock ups of things.
Not until we were in high school. It was always
Yeah,
Wegmans. We didn't do Tops. I don't know if you guys did Top. We did Wegmans only, and then when Aldi came, that was a disruptor to the market, because my mom definitely
right?
was an Aldi fan, and Sam's Club, I'm obsessed with Sam's Club, so I get the obsession,
No,
but I don't know what it was. I don't remember them buying in bulk either, but I didn't bring my lunch to school a lot. I bought lunch a lot.
interesting.
So I wonder if that has something to do with, like, not
Got
buying in
my
bulk.
lunch every day. So where we lived, there's only a Tops. So we were Tops. Now there's multiple options, but like my mom would have to drive 20 minutes to a Wegmans. where they're at.
Yes, so
So now
convenience
she has
wise,
Aldi, she has a super Walmart there now, but, like, that was not it when we were little, it was Tops only. But, yeah, we all 3 of us brought every sinple day.
yeah, that
We would not
is
we would not buy food.
impressive.
Yeah.
Colton will not buy it. He will not buy it. He's so scared. We're trying to like move him forward. I'm hoping that Pizza Fridays and Ice Cream Fridays will like get him in the right. I don't mind
He's gonna
making it
get
because
somebody's gonna get it, and it's gonna look good to him, or he'll try it, and, like, then he'll be asking for it.
I don't know why what we're talking about has nothing to do with the topic I'm going to bring up, but it's something that my mom always makes me laugh about. Family photos. How many family photos we all take?
The infant ones, like, I'm just thinking, like, J.C. Penney ones, like, my mom definitely took us to J.C. Penney, and we had those done every now and then until,
Yes,
like, school pictures. Then we had, like, our school picture, and she'd order a bunch and send those to people.
but the
But yeah,
family photos,
they're like, "What?"
no.
So we just asked my mom, Michelle asked, was like, "Would you guys ever go do?" Because 'cause we're kinda thinking, like, our family might be complete, like, all the so we're like, "Wouldn't it be cool to, like, go get the extended family, like, all of us get photographed?" And my mom's like, "For what?"
Like,
Like, "Why? No, I don't wanna do that." And they also
so
don't like to be photographed.
no,
I
but
don't know
we
if your
have done
mom's like
it.
that.
We did it. I'll tell you, we've done family photos now with extended everybody. One time when my parents renewed their vows, but before that, I had a mini session and I wanted my parents to be in some of the photos. So they came and they came out so beautiful and so good that I think it changed my parents'
Ah, I
opinion.
saw the yeah, yeah.
And I think for us, like, this is nothing that's changed. Women, moms, we're never in the pictures unless someone professionally
Right.
takes, like, us, our memories with our kids. And then if we're too busy because you have 2 kids or whatever, and you're not snapping the pictures, you're not capturing your family growing year over year. So I think pictures are awesome. Even though we have them on our phones, there's just something about professional photos that captures their personalities. But all our parents think were cray, like JCPenney or bust. There was nothing else.
Yeah, but I think you're right. The more they see them, the more they come around because they're like, "Wow, those are beautiful pictures."
Yes.
I mean, we do them once a year, but I pick up on a mini session and do them for the Christmas card because I love me some Christmas cards.
Yeah, I know. Well, we all like, I like New Year's cards because I never make it for Christmas. So if you get my card before Valentine's Day, you're a winner. They always say Happy New Year, never
Yeah, it's
Merry
a great
Christmas.
tactic,
But it's just my
but
personality. That's how I have to control the
yeah,
uncontrollable.
you have to. Well, it's really fun to talk about the things that are so different now, but I'm really glad to be in this era than
Yeah.
any other one, I suppose,
Yes, I think that there are cons. Like, but there are more pros than there are
right?
cons, and I'm just grateful that we live in a society where we don't have to like motherhood changes you internally, of course, no matter what, but we don't have to change who we are entirely to
Right.
be a mom. And there's support for us in ways there wasn't support for them. So I understand, but I also laugh every time I hear we didn't do that or this because it makes me laugh. And someday it's going to be us. Our kids are going to be like in flying cars laughing that we had a
We'll be
podcast. Like, how
like,
stupid was that?
they are gonna hate that we have this for sure,
Absolutely. I
but
sometimes don't, let's just push it out of our minds. Push it out of our minds. They don't know.
we're not giving them the ick, it's fine.
It's cool.
Well, I think with that, it's time for us to clock out and clock back into the 9 to 5.
Bye, everybody.